Italy is a very rich country in terms of culture, history, and beauty of landscapes, as well as in terms of gastronomy. I decided to go with my backpack for a weekend. I discovered 8 cities with different architectures and environments. The trip began in Rome, and I was touring Ludovica and Federico for the day. We discovered the city and its main attractions. We start by the Trevi Fountain, which is the most beautiful and famous Baroque fountain in Italy. The tradition is to throw a coin in the fountain with your back turned while making a wish. The Pantheon is one of emblematic monuments of the city. They say it is the ancient temple of all Roman gods. Ludovica and Federico introduced me to an Italian specialty, the focaccia. It's a flatbread baked in oven. You can add the ingredients you want and it's really good. The Colosseum, it was built in year 72. This monument is a must-see. The streets of the capital are very nice. There are lots of squares and restaurants everywhere. Next morning, I took the train at 6 a.m. for 18 euros. I crossed Tuscany. The landscapes were beautiful. About 3 hours later, I arrived in Sienna. It is a small village in the heart of this region. The Basilica di San Domenico is located on the hill overlooking the Duomo. It houses a relic of Saint Catherine. This building was built in the 18th century and is the most of important churches in the city. The historic center of the city is very pretty and rather picturesque. The Cathedral of Sienna is one of the most important monuments. It was built between 1166 and 1382. Its architecture makes Florence and Gothic style.
In fact, I don't have any, but I got enough.
Here we have the Piazza del Campo. It is the main square of the city. The rail trip continues, direction Firenze. This city is very rich in tourism. Starting with the famous Ponte Vecchio. It's the first bridge in Florence to cross the Arno. It was built in 1345. It was the only one to have survived the medieval periods of Firenze because the others were destroyed during the Second World War. Of course, I couldn't escape the sumptuous Duomo of Firenze. Firenze is a very pretty and popular city. During holidays, the streets can get overcrowded. I decided to leave the city center to discover Fissole. It's a village that has its own charm. It offers a breathtaking view of Florence with a magnificent sunset. The next day, I went to discover Bologna. I took the opportunity to discover the real recipe of pasta bolognese, also known under the local name pasta al ragu. I climbed the 498 steps of the highest building in Bologna, which gives a breathtaking view of the city. Then I explored the small streets of Bologna. The atmosphere was super nice. The city is entirely built with ochre-colored stones. That's what gives its distinctiveness.
You fucked it, friend, it's on its head, it struck the street. You're in Milwaukee off your feet.
At the end of the day, the trip continued to Milano, the world's capital of fashion. The next day, I took the train at 6 a.m. to see the sunrise at Lake Como. I also had the opportunity to discover Varenna, a village by the lake, from a completely different angle. There was nobody in the street, the restaurants were not open, everything was still very quiet. It was so harmonious. Afterwards, I traveled back to Milano. I was joined by Madi, Alexandre, Clara and Guillaume. We continued to explore the city together, passing by the Duomo and the Victor Emmanuel II Gallery. Then we headed to Bergamo. 1 hour away, we met a fan of France.
Mbappé le sang.
Ah sì, tutto. J'espère que la France vince le mondial, parce que la Lombardie, ce n'est pas Italie, mais Padania.
Ah bah oui.
Et quand perd l'Italie, je suis très felice. L'Italie football.
Ah,
C'est région indépendante, la Lombardie.
ah bah oui. La
Lombardie,
France,
c'est Padania, non?
bah oui, la France, on est là quoi. Bah oui. Du coup, vive Mbappé. Ah bah oui, il y a Ribéry à fond. Bon allez, bonne soirée.
Ok, bonsoir.
Au revoir.
Buonasera.
We passed a kind of boulangerie that sold pizza and of course we were tempted. After having done the sunrise, I couldn't leave Italy without having done the sunset, of course. We ran like crazy guys to find a spot in time.
Never had a lot, this is all I need. People never care till it's RIP. Niggas turn their back on me for no good reason. Loyalty is priceless and it's all.
To close this trade trip, we took the opportunity to go for a drink on the main square of Bergamo. It was a perfect ending to a perfect
help me
trip.
build foundation. Never had a lot, this is all I need. People never care till it's RIP. Niggas turn their back on me for no good reason.
Une phrase philosophique sur l'Italie. Mbappé.
My life be like, yeah. My life be like.